If there's one thing I know, it's that I don't know shit about music. Like literally, nothing. But in today's video, I've brought on an expert to help me learn a few things. Meet Josh from Dancing with Ghosts.
I'm Josh from Dancing with Ghosts, and I'm standing by all my music crap to give me more credibility.
And in this video, we're going to be taking a look at 3 popular music games on the MetaQuest 2 and put them to the test to see if they can get you in better shape and help you become a better musician. Let's go! Before we get started though, allow me to introduce you to Josh from Dancing with Ghosts. Well, allow him to rather introduce himself to you.
What's up everybody? As Ari said, my name is Josh and my channel is Dancing with Ghosts. I've been in the music industry for about 20 years now. I'm in a touring band called, wait for it, I've self-produced all 3 of my band's albums where I've had to track most of the instruments on those albums because, well, girls weren't exactly beating down my doors in middle school and high school, so I had a lot of spare time as a kid. When I first heard about these VR games where you could play instruments like the drums or even more impressively, you could actually strum a guitar in VR, I had to give it a try because I know nothing about VR games, and this was my first time experiencing them, so back to you, Ari.
Like I said, the guy knows his stuff. Needless to say, he's an expert. And today, we're checking out Ragnarock, Unplugged, and Smash Drums. I'll rank them for fitness and fun, Josh will rank them for music and fun, and by the end of this video, you'll learn something, I think. First on our list, my number 1 game for both fitness and fun, Ragnarock. You've heard me talk about this game many times in the past, but I love it because not only does it give you a pretty intense workout, focusing mainly on the biceps, but it can also challenge your hand-eye coordination, and the music is fucking amazing. Now, this is a drum-based game, and while I enjoy the rhythmic aspect of it, let's jump over to Josh and see what he thinks. Can this make me the next Travis Barker, John Bonham, or Meg White?
Yeah, you know, this definitely is a rhythm game, but I think it would make you the next Tito Puente faster than it would make you the next Travis Barker. Unlike a game that we will talk about later, Ragnarock is simulating playing a set of bongos more than it is playing a set of drums. The game also seems to give you mostly random patterns that don't always correspond to the actual rhythm of the song. Sometimes you're hitting the drums in correspondence to a guitar solo or a vocal part, which is kind of weird but kind of cool if you don't really know anything about playing drums but you still like rhythm games. This game reminds me a lot of Guitar Hero, but you're hitting the notes on the drums instead of a plastic guitar controller. And just like Guitar Hero, this game can get very challenging. This also goes without saying, but you're not really getting any kind of tactile feel of hitting a bongo or a drum, and that goes a long way in developing good technique as a drummer. Your hands really do need to be hitting a physical surface to get better as a bongo player or a drummer. There are real-world effects such as the recoil you get after hitting a drum head and playing dynamics. This game is fun just as a rhythm game, but as a drum game, I think it falls short. I will agree with Ari though, the music in this game is badass. Fun fact, as I was scrolling through the artists, I see a band by the name of Feuerschwanz. I happen to speak a good bit of German. Would you like to know what that name means in English? Fire. You're welcome. Back to you.
How interesting. Well, next on my list is my number 2, and that's Smash Drums. Now, by no means am I a drummer, so when it comes to hits here, I struggle a bit. I can't tell you exactly why. From a fitness angle, I would put this as a light arm workout because it seems less focused on deliberate movement, and the variety includes too much small movements at a low intensity for me to consider this a true workout. While I love the idea of this game and how it makes me feel like a real drummer boy, I can't use it as a workout. Maybe it will help me become a better drummer though?
Now this game is definitely the favorite out of the bunch for me. Even though with this game you're still not getting that tactile feel of hitting a real drum or cymbal, this game comes a lot closer to how it really is playing a drum set. They're coming at me! In this game, unlike the last game, you are only playing the drum parts of the song, and it can get really intense but really fun. A lot of the movements that real drummers have to make, you will also be making in this game if you want to play the song correctly. I would imagine if you played this game long enough, you would definitely have an advantage when starting out on a real set of drums over someone who has never played a rhythm game like this before. With that being said, however, there is a night and day difference when you have to deal with the weight of a drumstick in your hand versus just using your hands in VR. The drumstick becomes an extension of your hands, and it takes a while to get used to that dynamic. Honestly, as much as Rock Band is out of style now in the gaming world, their little plastic drum set is probably the closest video game peripheral that would directly translate over to playing a real drum set. The one problem I have with Smash drums is the music. Obviously, this company was working with a smaller budget, and I'm assuming they didn't have the money to pay for the publishing rights to use songs from more well-known artists. But that's all gonna change in our final game. Back to you.
Wow, okay. Last on my list is Unplugged. This is by no means a workout. Beyond maybe testing your fine motor skills and finger dexterity, fun fact about me, I've never played the guitar. I have no interest in playing it and would probably suck at it if I tried. Look at these stubby little fingers. But when I play Unplugged, I feel like I'm good at guitar. I feel like a rock star. This has to be what guitar playing is like, and no one will tell me otherwise.
Yeah, this game sucked. I did not enjoy it at all. There was nothing about this game that comes close to playing a real guitar. No tactile feel of holding the guitar. You're not like fretting chords or doing any kind of like guitar riffs. There's no bounce in your strumming hand when you're hitting the strings like there would be in a real guitar. It just wasn't my cup of tea. It's kind of like the reverse of Guitar Hero. Instead of holding one button down at a time, you're holding all the buttons down and letting go at designated times. Also, since I don't have any kind of tactile feel, my fingers are usually floating just above where they are supposed to be on the guitar. This also happens with my strumming hand. Sometimes my hand will be just far away enough to not register a hit. I was hoping this game would kind of teach you about strumming some chords or playing little lead lines on a full-scale guitar and not just these 4 colorful block segments. Even trying to play the Clash's Should I Stay or Should I Go, I found myself thinking, this song is 100 times easier to play on a real guitar than it is to play on this game. What, you don't believe me? Hey, look, it is easier to play it on an actual guitar. Anyway, the two things I do like about this game, though, is the fact that they used actual licensed music from well-known artists such as The Clash, Garbage, Pantera, and more. I also thoroughly enjoyed Satchel's performance in the game as the ditzy 80s rocker. And for those of you who don't know, Satchel is a guitarist in the glam metal parody band Steel Panther. But with all that being said, sadly, the fun of any game comes down to the controls, and in this game, I would go as far as to say the controls feel broken. And no, this will not make you better on guitar in any way. Sorry, Ari!
Ah, fuck. It looks like my dreams of becoming the next great guitar player were just dashed away with that. The good news is, I can still play Unplugged and look like I'm having a seizure to anyone who watches it out of context. What's your favorite music-driven games? Can you get a workout from any of these games that I didn't? Let me know in the comments below. Oh, by the way, if you want to learn more about Josh from Dancing with Ghosts, check out his channel. This is my favorite video on his channel, and I highly recommend taking a look. My name is Ari with FitPro VR, and don't forget to get your workout in today.